Hello students, myself Mrs. Kirti Pramod Sapare, and now we are going to see fourth part of the topic inventory control. Learning objectives. After seeing this video, the students will be able to explain a review of slow and non-moving atoms with its advantages, explain input and output ratio with the advantages, and explain setting of various inventory levels. First technique of today's video, that is a review of slow and non-moving atoms. Proper system must be enforced to detect and control slow moving atoms, obsolete atoms and dormant atoms. Slow moving atoms or materials. These are those atoms which are moving at a very slow rate. Dormant atoms are those atoms which are moving temporarily because of seasonal production. Obsolete atoms are those which have become useless due to change in a design, method of manufacturing, product or process, etc. In order to detect slow and non-moving atoms, following steps may be taken. First step, that is periodic report. Second, information system. And third, standard stock turnover ratio. First method of detection of slow and non-moving atoms, that is periodic report. A monthly or a quarterly report on the stocks of non-moving atoms is prepared, which indicates its purchase, consumption and balance in a hand. These reports are given to the management. Second method, that is well-designed information system. Many of the slow and non-moving atoms may become obsolete or useless with the passage of time. A well-designed information system has to be devised to locate such obsolete atoms so that this obsolete atom can be utilized and their further purchase can be stopped. Third method, that is standard stock turnover ratio. In order to isolate slow-moving atom, dormant atom and obsolete atoms, the standard stock turnover ratios can be calculated. They are calculated by using formula budgeted consumption divided by average stock level. If actual turnover ratio is less than standard, then the material is slow moving. Next method of inventory control, that is input output ratio analysis, that is IO ratio. Input output ratio is the relation between quantity of material charged to the production process divided by quantity of material in the final output. Example, 2 kg of material A is put in a production process and content of this material in a final product is 1.6, then IO ratio is 2 divided by 1.6 into 100, that is 125%. Advantages. It determines the efficiency of manufacturing department. It helps in a comparison of actual consumption of material with standard consumption which is given. It indicates whether the use of material is favorable or unfavorable. Ideally, IO ratio should be 1. If IO ratio is more than 1 or more than 100%, then material is unfavorable. If it is less than 100%, again same, the material is unfavorable. The cost of raw material in the finished product can be found out by multiplying cost of raw material per unit by input output ratio. Next very important method, that is setting of various levels. There are 4 levels in inventory: maximum stock level, reorder level, minimum stock level and danger level. Let's discuss one by one. In order to maintain inventory control, it is important to decide upon various levels of materials. First, we will discuss maximum stock level. It represents upper limit beyond which quantity of any atom is not normally allowed to rise. Formula to calculate maximum level is reorder level plus reorder quantity minus minimum consumption into minimum reorder period. Or it can be also written as maximum level is equal to reorder level plus reorder quantity minus minimum consumption. Next formula, that is minimum stock level. It is lower limit below which the stock of any atom should not normally be allowed to fall. Purpose is to protect the material against possibility of particular atom going out of stock, and there is further danger of stoppage of its production and supplies. This level is fixed by taking into consideration of following factors, that is average rate of consumption and second is lead time. As already discussed, the lead time means total time consumed between recognition of need of that atom till the time it is received for use. Minimum stock level is calculated by using formula minimum level is equal to reorder level minus normal rate of consumption into normal delivery period. Third method, that is reorder level. It is fixed between minimum and maximum stock level. When stock of inventory reaches at this point, the process of purchase should be started. Formula to calculate reorder level. Reorder level is equal to minimum consumption during the period into maximum reorder period. Normal stock level should never be allowed to fall below minimum level. If it reaches below the minimum level, it is called as a danger level. So, danger level is generally below minimum stock level. Normal stock level should never be allowed to fall below minimum level. If it is reaches to danger level at any point of time, urgent action must be taken to prevent out of stock danger. References for today's topic. Thank you for patient listening. Thank you.